I've just got off the train at London Charing Cross and I'm now heading towards Admiralty Arch, and it's been a really good buzz really today, as you'd expect I guess. Let's just cross over via Trafalgar Square just as the lights change. I might get stuck here. If I'm quick I'll be okay. And I would say at this stage it's steady rather than super busy. My plan today is to take stock photography or just capture the day. Lots of happy people, lots of Union Jacks. I think they're officially called Union flags. So we've got Nelson's column there, lovely sky. I don't expect to get anywhere near the front to see the parade. We've got Troop in the Colour starting at 10 AM, checks watch, and it's currently 9 AM, just gone 9 o'clock. Police activity here. Have a little view of Trafalgar Square, one of our classic landmarks. Ooh, safe to cross. So I'm heading towards the Mall, as I mentioned. All the key areas are close together, but it's really a case of, you know, can you get a vantage point and so on and so forth. Do I get a flag? Go on then, thank you. Oh, we've got a couple of flags from Hello magazine. There we go. So we'll follow the crowds round and hopefully you'll get a feel for an event such as this.
And the red hair. Say it together. Maybe not as much. No. It used to be.
Some security type barriers here. It's got Admiralty Arch there. I'm not sure if these barriers are construction related or security or a bit of both. Giving out all sorts of things here. Look, 70 times bags being given out. Bags and flags, they said. There's a bit of a pinch here with the people. Just slowing up. As I say, I've got no idea how near I'm going to get, to be honest. That wasn't too bad. Get around the corner. Some people have really made an effort with the dressing up. I've got flags sticking out of my backpack and I don't quite know how long they're going to last. Lots of people moving.
Any more your Jubilee flag? Cash your card, your Jubilee flag.
Cash or card for a Jubilee flag, there you go. Now I'm hoping we can file down here. People are just sort of moving all over the place. You can't get through there, but can you get down? Right, so we can't get any further. So we're going back. Whoops, going back. I fully expect to lose these flags at some point. Some possible transfer point here, I don't know. Let's have a look.
Be careful of the stairs, please, yeah?
Are we able to either get down or get across somehow?
You can't get down, you just literally need to follow this way around here.
This way around here.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's not packed solid, but it's quite heavy. I'm hoping there is a way down, that we can all just go down as far as possible. Hindsight, should have gone on the other side of the road, because then you can cross St James's Park and get to Horse Guards Parade and all that sort of stuff. It does say crossing point on the sign up here. There is hope. Broadcast coverage, camera position on a sort of cherry picker arrangement. Oh, we've got movement. Hurrah! Okay, I mean, this is kind of what I was hoping for. It's going to be a tough job getting some photographs, I think. I have got a sort of extension pole for this camera, so all may not be lost. And I'm just going to kind of go down as far as I can, really. Oh dear. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to take a chance and go back here. It's just not going to be worth it. I think the majority of people here would be desperate to see it, but it's fully covered on TV. They have all the best positions, obviously. But I think I'm going to head back, cross over, because I think it gives me more points. I may even do a complete wide route round towards the park, St James's Park. So I think that might be a better experience. Well, I'm going to head down Whitehall, I think. So effectively going parallel with the main route. I mean, people are here, you know, we're in the road here at Trafalgar Square. It's not ideal. And people are kind of just being pulled like a magnet as near as possible to the Mall and where the procession will be, the parade.
That's not the point. We're here.
So I'm now heading down Whitehall, because I hope there's an option. I mean, it might be a very long option, because I might have to go all the way around Whitehall to get into St James's Park somehow. St James's Park, being a park, is bigger. Oh, I won't be able to get this side of the barrier, they'll send me back. Actually, I'm going to cross over. It's quieter on the other side of the street. The other side of this set of buildings here is Horse Guards Parade, and that parade ground, covered in one of my other videos, link above, is where the actual ceremony takes place. It's a parade ground. It was used in the 2012 Olympics. So it'll be high security, you won't be able to get through there. I can actually see the security barriers through there. And you could normally walk straight through there, across the parade, and into St James's Park. Not today. So there we go. I mean, this is the perfect weather. It's not really hot. Pleasantly warm. I'm on the shady side of the street. It'll warm up a bit later, I think. Yes, a real mix. People who've dressed up in the Union Jack colours, and I've seen top hats and servicemen with their medals on their blazers. My flags are still sticking out my back, so they survived, which is a miracle. Just opposite, you can see the railings there. That's 10, well, that's Downing Street, of which number 10 Downing Street is one of the houses, 10 and 11 and others. I think they're taking these barriers away now. I don't fully understand that. So there's always massive high security over there. But yeah, Downing Street. There we go, Whitehall. There we go. So I think, and I hope, I can whiz through here and get into James's Park. It cuts off a bit of my original plan. I thought this might be really busy. I think we'll be okay. Because I'm keen to get my camera strapped on. There's a chance I'll be able to see some of the activities going on at the parade itself when it happens, but not 100% sure. A serious number of diplomatic plates here. NL1, Netherlands, I'm assuming. 10 Por, assuming Portugal. This is obviously the parking place of all the official people. SRBIA, or 1A, Serbia. 1 UAE. That must be security to get in and watch the trooping the colour from the stands. There's a combined waft of very expensive perfume and obviously some very posh frocks and expensive suits.
Have a good day. Whereabouts? Whereabouts?
So I'm now crossing into St James's Park, and I will walk along as far as I go, but I do believe there are large screens here, and what's really cool, literally, is that there's shady areas. Good atmosphere, happy, celebratory. Thank goodness we can do this. Look at that. Beautiful property there, rhubarb in the garden, and various other salad crops and the like, beetroot, Savoy cabbage, lettuce. I'm kind of thinking about stopping here because it's not too busy. So let's stop here for a bit, get my camera on and see what happens. So, vantage point wise, not too bad, quite near a railing, about one row back, but enough for him to get the camera through. And people next to me just said that they got so far and it was just a wall of people, so they had to stop and turn round. Opposite us, we got the posh frocks and posh suits that I referred to earlier going into the stands. So these are the pay-for tickets. I have to say, from what I've seen of the stands, you're going to need good sun protection and one of those big sun hats, because otherwise you're going to fry. There's no shade whatsoever on Horse Guards Parade. But this is St James's Park, and this bit is really quite nice. People are settling down, they're spread out, having their picnics, and then you've got crowds, quite deep crowds, although actually this would be a much better option. I've just been up by a railing and it was 4 or 5 deep standing where I was, and then it was quite busy behind there. People were moving, trying to get somewhere near Horse Guards Parade, because Trooping the Colours actually ongoing as I record this, but you can't really see anything. I mean, occasionally you'll see a corner with the marching bands doing what marching bands do, but I decided to come back and sort of get a bit of fresh air and actually get my legs moving a bit. But I don't believe anything actually happens in this area, although there was just a sort of regimental call out. So I'm just going to see if I can find anything that's going on. I mean, in some ways this is what I wanted at the beginning. I think I just got sort of taken in by the crowd and taken along. But I wanted to be able to wander around almost behind the crowds and get a feel for the place and see if there were some opportunities from there. So there's just a big cheer went up for some reason. Some soldiers here. There's more freedom to move around here. It's sort of a bit more pleasant. Some people have got a nice shady spot under the tree there. And again, great atmosphere. They've got good toilet facilities here. Now, I wouldn't normally do videos of toilets, and obviously if you're out and about, it's better to go to the toilet when you find one rather than when you need one, if you get my drift. So there we go. So colourful. Thank goodness this didn't crop up a couple of years ago. Lots of people with big smiles on their faces, taking it all in. Just a quick view. There we go. I mean, you won't be able to see that very clearly on this, but you get the idea. It's big screens and speakers, St James's Park, and then it's sort of happening for real over the other side in the far distance behind that line of trees. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. Bashing people with my bag and my camera. And again, not quite sure what the plan is here.
Michaela!
Go with the flow. A few little cafe places. I saw an ice cream place that was shut. Let's have a wander. And you never know, with my camera on the little extension pole, that's this camera, I might actually be able to see some stuff. But I can't promise. Lots of waiting. Hopefully soon we'll see some action. slight situation here. I think they're meant to have a controlled opening of the barriers, and everyone's just bundling through. Reason being, you'll get on the mount and then watch the Flypast. See the crowds just waiting up. There's some football crowds up in here.
Yeah, that's true.
It's actually quite a narrow gap there. Looks right through now. Buckingham Palace ahead. I mean, you know, we're not going to get anywhere near it. Nice view anyway. And it's been a beautiful day. The atmosphere continues to be great. Yes, there's large numbers, I've mentioned that, but it's been really, really friendly, chatting away to people. So I'm currently heading towards Buckingham Palace with a view to making my way to Victoria Station. Yeah, it's going to be busy everywhere. We're just going to have to see what happens, really. Probably won't be the only person to stop for some fuel on the way, food and drink fuel, that is. But yeah, it was my first of these, weirdly, but it was really enjoyable. I'm now thinking it might be best to cut through St James's Park, so let's do that. So you can see lots of people, lots of dust as well. People are still standing. Thank you for that announcement. People are standing, kind of just looking towards Buckingham Palace, but you know, the royal family will probably be tucking into some lunch now. Shouldn't we all? And I just think it's likely to be slightly easier to go this way through the park than try and get right up to the palace and then round to Victoria that way. That actually might not be allowable anyway, so let's keep going and see what happens. Behind there, the hoardings is a You may be able to see it. Huge structure for the stands and everything for the concerts. Going to be held Saturday evening, I believe, with the great and the good. People queuing for the official programme and probably other bits. People filing over the bridge quite easily, so that's a good sign. Saw some pelicans earlier. Pelicans in the park. Picnicking in the park, which is going to be the theme for Sunday, weather permitting. Probably going to slow here a bit as we cross the bridge. We used over here earlier. Buckingham Palace in the distance, and all that stands, grandstands and that I mentioned earlier. I'll pick the right direction on the other side. It says Victoria Station to the right, 15 minutes, but who knows? It looks like this. Victoria's only about 15 minutes away, and in theory it's only going to get quieter now. So I'm going to stop, pack all my bag away, camera and strap and all that stuff, and then a steady walk to Victoria, hopefully get some food and drink on the way. But it's been really good. It's been a really good day.